Good evening. Welcome to That Old Car Guy, episode 12. Tonight's episode is about social media. It can make you and it can break you. So, what I want to talk about is a couple things that have happened in the media in the last few days. Not national media, local media. So in Maine, there's a thing called the Lobster Festival in Rockland, Maine. It's a very big thing. It is huge. It attracts about 300 to 350,000 people in a week to a little town called Rockland, Maine. Well, they have a pageant called the Lobster Goddess, which is a young girl that, it's like a beauty pageant, but she wins Lobster Goddess for the week. It's a huge honor. I know it sounds corny, but it is really a huge honor, and it can propel you to a lot of great things. So an 18-year-old girl won it, Lobster Goddess. The next day by 4 o'clock she was stripped of her crown. Well, she's 18. She was stripped of her crown the next day. Why was she stripped of her crown? Because when she was a sophomore in high school, she put a picture on her Facebook of her smoking a joint. She wasn't even smoking it, she was holding a joint and had a vape tube, or whatever you guys want to call them, in her other hand. Not a marijuana tube, just a vape tube. The Lobster Festival deemed it was not in standing with the Lobster Goddess. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how it works. This girl, admittedly, in an interview with a local TV station, was a wild child when she was a sophomore in high school. But her junior and senior year, she was great. She's got a full 4-year scholarship to a college to go to school for business. But to her, this was a great honor. Her family are middle-class, hard-working people. And their daughter posted a picture with her with her joint in her hand. Now, let me remind you that in the state of Maine, it's legal to possess 3 ounces of marijuana for personal use. That's a lot of damn weed. But it's legal in the state of Maine to possess 3 ounces of marijuana for personal use. This girl posted a picture of herself holding a joint in her hand. Now, I don't smoke weed. I do like to have a drink once in a while. Obviously, I'm in a bar. I'm of legal age. She wasn't of legal age. They had so much outrage and threat over. They had 50% outrage and threat over her post, which the girl that she beat found it and posted it. So to me, that's sour grapes, but that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother subject. But because of social media and what she posted at 16 years old, 2 years later, for the next 3 or 4 years, in that whole community, in that whole county, she's going to be known as the girl that won the Lobster Goddess crown and lost it in less than 48 hours. Because of social media. So, what I'm trying to explain is that you have to have a conscious effort of what you're posting on social media. What you like, what you share. And if you use your social media for business, which is what most salespeople should do, then you need to have a separate account, Facebook account, Twitter account, Instagram account, whatever, for your personal stuff, and make sure it's locked up, blocked, and private. I have 2 Facebook pages. I have my one that I use here, it's connected to That Old Car Guy. Then I have my personal page. That's locked up. Only my friends and closest friends can see it. You know, on my regular Facebook page that I use on here, I got like 1,645 friends. On my other page, I got 120. Now, could somebody find something? Yes, they could probably find something. But if you're in the business of selling vehicles and making money as a commission salesperson, or a sales manager or a general manager or a GSM, sorry I got those in the wrong order, you need to be careful what you post. I have a very good friend of mine that had the opportunity of a lifetime. A great job as a GM over 5 stores. It was going to pay him crazy money, over $600,000 a year. And the Human Resources Department found a couple of posts he had made on his Facebook page like 4 years before, and he was not, he was dropped out of the running, and he was a top running candidate. I'll even share you a personal story. 4 years ago, the dealer group that I was a general manager for at 3 stores, we had hired a company to come in and train our BDC. We did a conference call, 17 general managers on the conference call, plus all the heads of corporate. At the end of the conference call, 16 out of 17 general managers said, no, this is not the person we need to run our BDC. The corporate office decided to hire a guy anyways. So we all said, okay, we'll deal with it. Well, the difference being is that the stores that I ran, the company BDC was in one of my dealerships. The other stores were spread across the country. The corporate office was in the same town as the stores that I ran. So the corporate BDC was in the back of one of my buildings. Our appointment show ratio was 67% before we hired the company. A month later, it was 22%. Now, I had some private discussions as a GM with the owner of the company and a couple of the trainers and gave them my concerns. Their reply to me was, it doesn't matter what you say, we work for corporate, we don't have to answer to you. I'm like, okay. I said, but we're having a big, we're having a big problem here. My appointment ratio has dropped 50%. Doesn't matter. So this company employed another company to critique their automatic replies. Well, they made the mistake of sending me the automatic replies, and it said every automatic reply we were using was horrible, it wasn't working, this and that, and I knew the company that was already doing the overseeing of it. So I get an email from the owner of the company that we were using and asked me to post a review on his Facebook page because he was getting ready to land, in his words, the big fish and make his company go national. So I posted an honest review. I posted their program doesn't work. My appointments have gone down 50%. And if I was a company, I would hire somebody else. Guess what happened 48 hours later? The head of personnel for the corporation I worked for came in. They wrote me up, told me not to post on social media anymore. And it doesn't matter what I posted was true or not, was that I slandered another company and possibly cost them business and could put our company into a situation where it could cost them money. My response was, well, how's that? I posted the truth. He asked for a review, I gave him a review. It doesn't matter next time you need to decline or lie. Well, I'm not going to lie, so I'll just decline. The guy that owned the company wasn't happy with that. He wanted me fired. Well, we're at a 645% increase in business across the 3 stores year to date, so obviously I didn't get fired. But it did kind of put a tarnishment on my time there. But I never forgot that. I either accept or decline any review that people ask me to do now. And the reason I do that is because in this day and age, unfortunately, if you're truthful, sometimes it can cost you. So before you post something on social media, if you're using your personal Facebook page or a website or Instagram or YouTube or your Twitter account for business, make sure all the way down the line it's completely 100% politically correct and you don't take sides one way or the other. Because I would hate to see a shining star coming up in our business lose their career because they liked somebody's Twitter post or Instagram post, or somebody asked them to give them an honest review, like what happened to me, and I did, and it wasn't to their liking, but because the company was paying them $70,000, they felt like it was time they could put pressure on me and push me out the door. Didn't work, but it was a big distraction that I didn't need and my employees didn't need, because everybody knew about it and everybody found out about it. So when you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, you're doing YouTube, unless you work for yourself like I do, and I'm even very careful, and I still work, and I work for myself now. Be very careful what you post, be very careful what you say. Because it can literally ruin your career. So think before you click, think before you post, be informative, be objective, be honest, but if you think it's going to hurt you, don't post it. Till next time, y'all keep selling cars. Have a great night.